This is Stephen from Anders Pink, and I want to take you through just quickly a couple of things about Anders Pink, what it can do, how it can help you, and a couple of the pro features that we've added. You are on mute at the moment, so if you've got any questions, just drop them into the question box, and I will do my best to get to them as we go through the session today. I'll try to keep this to about 20 minutes or so. So just to get started, just a quick bit of background on what we're trying to do, the problems we're trying to solve with Anders Pink. So, we all want to stay smart. I think everybody, every professional knows how important it is to stay on top of their professional topics and subjects. The real problem I think that people face is too much content and too little time. And this quote from my colleague Charles Jennings saying, the real challenge is sorting the wheat from the chaff. To put it in more extreme terms, I quite like this quote: trying to get information off the internet is like taking a drink from a fire hydrant. You just open it up and way too much comes at you all at once. And that can feel like information overload, especially if you've got multiple different sources where you get information, be it Facebook, LinkedIn, Google searches, your favorite blog sites, your favorite news sites, and so on. Quite like what Clay Shirky says about this is, it might feel like information overload, but it's actually filter failure. We're just letting too much of the wrong stuff come at us, which is distracting us from what we should really be looking at and making it difficult for the really good quality content to stand out. So what we're trying to do with Anders Pink, we're trying to help to solve that problem. First of all, by providing better filters, making it easier for you to get just the content you want on the topics that you want without you having to go and scour multiple different sites for it. But we're also about helping you work better as a team, because we think it works best when you've got colleagues who are helping you make sense of information as well. So if someone else whose opinion you trust and value says, hey, this is really important, we should look at this, what are we going to do about this problem, that matters a lot more than just a general internet search. So we're trying to help you stay smart as a team and use this model: seek, sense, and share. So finding information, making sense of it, and then sharing it amongst each other. That model's from Harold Jarkey. I think it's a really good way to think about collective intelligence and working smartly as a team. So what we're trying to do is help teams get briefed and stay smart every day with better filters and in less time. And the idea is, think of yourself like a president or a head of state or a prime minister. You don't scour the internet looking for information. You've got an intelligent daily briefing put together for you by trusted advisors whose opinions you value and who are bringing just the right information to you just at the right time. That's what we're trying to do here. And I want to show you just a couple of quick ways in which you can do that. I'm going to show you how to create a simple briefing, how to make a more complex, more refined briefing with additional words, how to add RSS feeds, how to subscribe to public briefings, and how to stay on top with a daily digest email. So if I just jump straight into the app, I'll quickly show you just how to go about creating a briefing, because that's the first thing that you're going to want to do. So I've just gone in, as long as I'm a pro user, so you can see pro in the top left here. All pro users are able to do this. To create a briefing, you just hit create briefing button. And then I'm going to start by just adding some keywords. So I can create a briefing on any topic that I want to. So I might start with, say, content marketing, just as a topic. As you can see, I just type the word in there, content marketing. And I just press add or click return. And immediately what you'll see here as I'm creating the briefing is we're bringing back content and we're hitting multiple millions of different sites across the web. We're interested in recent content. So we don't want to bring you back articles from 2 or 3 years ago. We want to bring you back content that's recently been shared on content marketing and has been well shared across social media. So as you can see, these articles have come in yesterday. One's come in 12/26 today. So it's very recent content. Now, if I wanted to create a really simple, quick briefing, I could just save this right now and just use my one keyword term, content marketing. Then that briefing would bring me new articles on content marketing every couple of hours. I want to go a little bit further here because I want to show you a couple of other things I can do. Content marketing might be one thing I'm interested in, but I might also be interested in Facebook marketing. So I can add another term here. So now I've got two terms that I'm searching for. So it'll bring me back any content on content marketing or Facebook marketing. It'll bring those into the briefing as well. So I'll see both of those topics. So you can add as many topics as you want. You can make it a broad briefing or keep it really narrow on just one topic or one keyword if you want to as well. I can also say, well, maybe I don't want to see everything about content marketing and Facebook marketing. I want to see only things that relate to tips, practical content. So I'm going to add the word tips here. And if I do that, my briefing will refine. Now what I will see is any articles that mention my keywords and have tips in the title. So I've got content marketing tips, actionable content marketing tips, tips for finding purpose in your content marketing strategy, 27 tips. So that's refined it quite narrowly for me, but it's brought me back exactly what I'm looking for, which is content that's just about practical tips. I can add more of these include words here by just adding more words in. So I could add how to as another term that I want to see appear in my articles here. So it'll now bring back any content that also uses the word how to and also talks about content marketing or Facebook marketing. We've created little lists of words. If you click on useful words to include here, we'll bring up a little set of predefined lists that we've chosen. So content, practical content, future trends, latest news, financial news. And this just means if I just want to just add all of these with synonym words for tips in one go, I can just click add all and it'll bring in all of those words. So now it'll bring back content that mentions guides, techniques, case studies, examples, steps, habits, and so on as well. So in a couple of clicks there, I've created a nice briefing for myself that's very focused on content marketing, Facebook marketing, and only content that's about practical content or tips here for me. So again, I could just save there if I wanted to and just set that briefing live. And a lot of briefings, that's all you need to do to get going. If you want to refine it even further, I'm going to show you a few just extra tips and tricks that are quite useful to know. You can exclude words. So let's say you don't want to see any article that mentions the word jobs because you're not on a job hunt at the moment. You can just put in the word jobs. That means any article that mentions jobs will be excluded from your briefing. Again, we've got a bunch of keywords that you might want to exclude automatically from briefings that are advertising workshops or webinars. Totally up to you. You can leave them in if you want to. You can take them all out if you want to. And you can edit your briefing at any time by just coming back in and adding keywords, removing keywords, however you want to. I can also add influencers. So across Twitter, if I'm sure most of you use Twitter, if you try to follow a Twitter feed, you might find good influencers relevant to your professional topics in there, but mixed in with everybody else. So here we're finding a way to refine them to keep them really, really focused on the topic at hand. So we've got a suggested list of 20 people who regularly share content about content marketing. We're reading their Twitter profiles. These are people who are well followed and who regularly talk about content marketing. So Joe Polizzi runs Content Marketing Institute. I will add him to my briefing. Doug Kessler is good. Stephanie Hamilton is good. I will just add them in. And as you'll see, their names just come straight in here as part of the briefing. I can also add somebody else. So I know Lee Auden is good influencer on content marketing. If I know his Twitter handle, I can just add him straight in there. And what we're doing now is we're bringing in content, again, related to my keywords and topics that these influencers share, but only if it's on topic. I don't want to see everything from their Twitter feed because one minute it might be about Facebook marketing. The next it might be a picture of their cat, which might be very nice, but I don't want to see it in my professional briefing on content marketing. So it defaults to saying show articles filtered by keywords here. If I wanted to see everything that these influencers share, I can just click show all articles and it'll bring in their whole Twitter feed. But what I want to do is keep it nice and focused on the topic at hand. Exactly the same principle with domains. So if I want to add a website that I'm interested in, so maybe I will add Harvard Business Review, hbr.org. And again, I can choose to say everything from HBR should come in here, which is what I don't want. I want to see only articles about content marketing and Facebook marketing from HBR. So I'll just add that in as a domain. You can do that for any domain you want to or any subdomain. So if you've got a particular website /blog that you want to add in here, you can do that. It'll work for Medium or any news site or publisher that you want to bring in here as well. I can also add RSS feeds. So if you use feed readers like Feedly, for example, and you get RSS feeds in a different place, you can just bring them right in here. So if you just happen to know the RSS feed, so I happen to know this is the BBC RSS feed, I can just copy and paste it in there. And add it. And again, filter it by keywords. I only want to see articles from the RSS feeds that are relevant to my specific topic. So those are some ways in which you can really, really refine your briefing. As I say, you could just do keywords and stop there if you want to, or you can go a couple of extra steps and add influencers, domains, RSS feeds. You can also block domains. So if there's a particular domain you don't want to include, like YouTube, for example, maybe I don't want to see content in my briefing on YouTube, I'll just take it out and then I won't see it anymore. So that's all you need to do to set up a briefing. Then to finish it off, I just have to save it. I just have to give it a name. So this is my test briefing on content marketing. And then I'm going to click save. Now, as soon as we do that, we are now making the briefing live. And that means I get new content fresh every couple of hours. We're updating it every few hours, bringing in the most recent, most shared content exactly specific to your filters. So here's some content tips, habits, actionable content. I saw some of these during the preview, but now this is live and it's bringing in content every couple of minutes for me. So that's how you go about setting up a briefing. You can do briefings in all sorts of styles and manners. So if I just wanted to create a briefing, say, for example, on just what my influencers are sharing, I can just bring in a bunch of influencers. I'll show you that by just doing a quick search of public briefings. So as you might have noticed, if you're using Anders Pink, there's a little magnifying glass in the top right here. That's for searching for public briefings. So if I just type in content marketing, I think I already have a few set up. Yes, I do. So you might find by just searching public briefings that we've got what you want already. So we've set up one on content delivery networks, content curation, content marketing digest, and so on. You can go into any of these briefings, have a quick look at what's in them. And if you like what you're seeing in there, all you have to do is click subscribe. And then you can subscribe to the briefing and it will just add it to the briefings that you're a member of, and you'll get updates every couple of hours on those briefings as well. So I do encourage you to have a look at our public briefings in here. We've got everything from Adele to Zika virus, as we like to say. And we literally do mean that. If you're interested in a briefing on Adele, it doesn't have to be just work topics. You can look at anything you want. Or if you can't find it in the public briefings, just create a briefing on whatever you want. Really, really simple to do, as you just saw there. A couple of other things to bear in mind. Once you've set up a briefing, you will get a daily digest email. So you'll get an email every day that tells you the top couple of things that have come through in your briefing. So you can just flick through that on your phone, quickly stay up to date in what you're interested in talking about. So that's how you create a briefing, how you refine it, how you add RSS filters, how you subscribe to public briefings, and how you stay on top with your daily digest email. As I mentioned, there's lots of different styles. So you can set up briefings that are just about the latest trends. So if you're interested in keeping on top of a trend, here's one that's about cloud computing trends. The way I've set this up is I've just used my keyword cloud computing, but I've added words that are about trends because I'm interested in keeping an eye on, future directions in cloud computing and what's happening in there. So trending briefings can be very nice to set up. You can also set up a competitor watch briefing. Quite a few of our users are doing this. So this is a briefing for a company that I'm part of, BuzzSumo. What we're doing here is we are interested in tracking what our competitors are up to. So if I look at this briefing, what I've done here is I haven't used any keywords because I'm not interested in filtering by a specific term or phrase. I'm just interested in what's coming through on a set of specific domains. So I've put in the 6-7 domains, URLs of the sites that I'm interested in tracking because I consider them my competitors. And then I get to see any content that they publish will immediately come into this briefing for me. It will come in every couple of hours. So it's a great way of scanning what's happening on the competitor horizon and staying smart about that. You can do exactly the same thing if you wanted to track what your clients are sharing or talking about, or what your prospects are sharing or talking about if you happen to be in a sales or marketing or research team. So lots of different ways in which you can use briefings. It's just another quick one to show you. This one is just a roundup of what SEO gurus are sharing. So people who are expert on SEO. All we've done is pulled their Twitter handles into a briefing. And we're not interested in keywords here. We just want to see what they're sharing. So it's unfiltered by keywords, just everything from these particular influencers. So lots of different styles of briefings that you can create. Really recommend you have a look at the different styles that are available to you. And I'm sure you'll make up ones that we haven't even thought of yet. So that's how you might use it as an individual, which you can do. If you just want to personally stay on top of information and stay smart, you can use Anders Pink just personally. Where we think it really adds value, though, is in professional teams. So coming back to that presidential analogy, if you're working in a team and you want to share information with trusted advisors, or you want to see what they're thinking about and what they think is important, you want to work together as a team. So Anders Pink is really set up to work as a team. So I'm going to show you quickly how to create a team and invite people, and then how to add briefings to that team and how to interact with the team. So if I just come back to the tool again, if I want to create a new team here, all I need to do is go to the top right here where I've got my profile. In the drop down, click Create New Team. All I need to do is give the team a name. So I'm going to say New Test Team and click Create Team. Once I've created the team, up here in my menu where you've probably got personal showing at the moment, if you click drop down there, you'll see all the teams that you're a member of. I'm a member of way too many teams. You're probably only going to be a member of a couple of teams, but personal is for your own stuff, and then your teams are where you can add colleagues. So I'm just going to go to that test team that we just created there. I'm going to manage the team. And now I can just invite people in. So I can just put in anyone email address here, send an invite, and they will get an invitation to join the team. I can also, if I want to invite people en masse, I can just just click activate sign up link. I get this link here. I can paste that anywhere. I can paste it on a website, send it out in an email to multiple people. Anyone who has that link can then join the team. Once you've set up a team, obviously what you're going to want to do is bring some content into it. So all you need to do is once you're inside a team, any briefing that you search for and subscribe to. So let's again do a search here, maybe for marketing. If I say I want to add this B2B marketing briefing to my test team, all I have to do is click subscribe. Now, because I've set up a team, I've got an option here to subscribe to bring it into my team, or I can subscribe personally. I want to bring this into the team, so I'm just going to click subscribe team. And now anyone who's a member of the team that I just created is going to get that briefing by default. It'll appear in my team briefings list here. And any briefing that I create while I'm in this team will be shared to the team by default. So we're all about sharing things across the team. What does it mean to share things within a team? Well, let me just show you an active team to give you a sense of that. If I just come into the e-learning community team here. So this is a team that we've set up. We've just got people who are interested in e-learning as a topic. So we've got multiple different briefings to help keep them informed in here. Where you go within a team to see everything that's going on is to the dashboard view here. So my dashboard view within the team brings together the latest content for all of my different individual briefings within the team and gives me a single view on them, what's been most shared, most recent content across all my briefings. So I can see a bunch of articles that have come in here recently on this particular team. I can go through them and I can start reading them and see what I think of them, because I want to help my team figure out what makes sense, because that's what they're doing for me. So this article about social learning, I just click on it. It'll open it up in a new window here. And I can read through this article and decide, well, is this article good? Would I recommend it to other people? And my options here then, when I want to come back and start talking about this article, are a couple of different things. I can just simply upvote it. So that just +1s it, just likes it, means that I think it's important, which will upweight it in the view for everybody else. So people will see content that I've upvoted appear higher in their list than content that other people haven't upvoted. So it's a bit of wisdom of the crowds going on there. I can also comment on it. So I can say, good article. What do you think? Should we do something about this, etc.? And I can just post that comment into my team now, or I can go a little bit further. Rather than just adding my view on it, I can direct it at someone in the team. So if I happen to know that someone in the team who might be particularly interested in this topic of social learning, I can mention them. And when I mention someone or a comment, they get a notification, and notifications appear up here. I'll jump into another team and show you one in a second. But anytime anyone marks something as a must read, mentions me in a comment, I will see a little notification up here. I'll see a little red flag to tell me there's something really important for me to have a look at. The other thing I can do to draw attention to an article and start adding value to it in the team is I can flag it as a must read. And again, that sends a signal to people that I think this is really important. And because I'm in a team here with people who I know and who know me, when someone in the team says something is important or comments on it, it gets my attention. So this is not like looking out in the whole internet or trolling across LinkedIn to see what's relevant. It's a tightly focused team. We've got shared interests and shared goals, and that makes it really relevant if someone upweights or must reads an article for me. So as you've probably seen as we look at this view here, I can also click through to recent team activity. So there's a bit of conversation going on I can see from this morning on this particular article. I can just click on it, it'll bring it to the top of the list here. I can see this has been upvoted by myself and another person, flagged as a must read, and then Sam, who I know, has come in and made a comment about it. So I can jump in and join the conversation if I want to by kind of adding a little micro comment in here. By doing this, I can quickly use my team to help me get smart, because I can see what the rest of my team are talking about, what they think is important, what they're staying on top of, and I don't need to worry about missing out on stuff that they're talking about that I've missed. So that's just some of the team activities that you can do to stay smart within a team. One other thing that's really important for you guys to know is pin boards. Because we update these briefings every couple of hours, what's top of the list here will quickly drop down if new content comes in, because we're looking at most recent, most shared. So if I see a piece of content and I think we should really hold on to that for future reference, I just click this pin icon here. And all that means is I save it. So I can save this article to the e-learning market pin board here. And then if I just go into that pin board, you'll see there's the article that I just saved here. So it's a way of saving content for future reference, which I can just do for myself. So just have a manually curated collection of articles, or obviously because I'm in a team here, everyone can see the pin boards within the team. So it's a way of holding on to content that would otherwise disappear because new content keeps coming in. I can also manually add an article in here. So if I just want to bring in an article from another source, let's say for some reason this article didn't appear, I could just go in here, paste it in, and just add it to the briefing here. So if I find something outside of Anders Pink and I want to bring it in, that's no problem at all. Just click manually add, paste in the URL. Then once it's in here, I can do anything I want to it. I can upvote it, comment on it, flag it to my team's attention, the same as any article that I would discover in a briefing. So that's how teams work. It's really about helping people stay smart together by working as a unit and upvoting, flagging, sharing, and commenting on articles to help us make sense of all of the content that's coming out there. So it's a quick tour of Anders Pink, as I say, all about helping you filter the world's content, stay smart, create topic briefings on any topics that you want to, or search for any topic to help you stay informed.